In this lesson, we're going to cover high-level memberships. This is not a point-and-click lesson. Before I can show you what menu items to click and configure, you need to know how memberships and communities work within the HighLevel ecosystem. This is an overview of how HighLevel has set up their membership and community module. And I did say module, not feature, because the membership function in HighLevel is a separate module within the platform. It is fully integrated, but a separate module altogether. It has its own rules, its own products, its own offers, its own sales procedures, and even a separate entry point into the module, unlike the standard HighLevel login. It's important that you understand how this module works before you actually create courses or communities. Otherwise, you're going to be completely lost setting up your membership workspace. It's also important that you watch till the end because I'm going to show you my best practices for creating courses and communities, but most importantly, how I sell these memberships effectively. So let's get into it. If we run through a quick overview of the HighLevel setup, you'll find that no matter what price point you come to the product, you get the same sub-account configuration. At the $97 level, you get your primary sub-account and 2 additional sub-accounts. At the $297 level, you get your primary sub-account and unlimited additional sub-accounts. At the $497 level, you get your primary sub-account, again, unlimited additional sub-accounts, but you also get some agency features, which includes automatic sub-account creation when someone purchases a product, rebilling on some of HighLevel's features, and there are other agency perks that you can take advantage of. Each sub-account is independent, and each sub-account can have their own membership workspace. If you're not familiar with HighLevel, it's primarily a mega marketing SaaS product that includes pretty much any feature you need to run your business. I have a free link in the description if you want to check it out. But not only can you build and host websites, it also includes a CRM where you can manage your contacts, calendars and bookings, pipelines and opportunities, workflows and automations, reputation management, AI conversation, and it has an AI voice agent. But there's one feature that operates independently from all the other features, and that feature is the membership workspace. As a sub-account admin, when you select the membership option, you're taken to a separate workspace inside HighLevel. Even though it's a dedicated workspace, you can still manage contacts and create automations for these contacts if you bring them in through the HighLevel front end, for example, a funnel. I'm going to show you the different ways you can bring your members in to your communities and your memberships later in the lesson. Now, how do we know this is a separate module? When you set up your membership workspace, whether you're offering communities or courses, you have to create a portal for your members to enter. As the admin and the creator of the space, you come in through the HighLevel sub-account and manage the courses and communities from there. But your members can't come in this way. They have to come in using a portal you've set up where you grant access to courses and communities based on your rules and setup configuration. The membership workspace is made up of 4 primary segments. The portal, where members enter your membership area, and you have to set this portal up. Then there's products, and yes, HighLevel mixes the words products and courses. Sometimes they call courses products, and sometimes they call products courses. Then you have offers. For each one of your products or courses, you can set up an offer. And then there's the community segment. This is the place where you interact with your members and offer your courses. You can also go live here and answer questions directly in the community discussions. It's basically your single point of contact for your members. We're mainly going to be going over courses and communities in this lesson. The first thing you have to do is set up your membership portal. As you can see, this doesn't look like the standard HighLevel login. This is a custom branded login space for your members. You're going to need a subdomain for your membership workspace to live. Typically, this is a subdomain off of your primary business domain. You can name the subdomain anything you like as long as it's different from your primary domain. You're also going to need a background and you're going to need a logo. You can easily create these 2 in Canva. Then you need a title for your membership area and a description for your membership area. You'll set up all these variables from the membership tab inside HighLevel. When you select the client portal option from the membership tab, you'll be presented with the various cards that will take you to each setup location. The domain setup is where you set the subdomain for the membership portal. App permissions is where you define what the member sees when they log into the portal, whether it be courses or communities or both. You can set up a chat widget for members and have it read from a knowledge base to help your members with questions. The branding is where you would upload the background and the logo, set your title and your description for your portal. And finally, email settings. You can customize the emails that your members get when they sign up and when they've completed courses. There is a way for members to bypass the membership portal. When you create the portal, HighLevel will create a magic link to the portal. When a member signs up, you can elect to send an email to the member that has a special magic link assigned to that member. Then all the member has to do is pull up the email and click the magic link to bypass the portal and go straight into the membership area. Next, we have products. I'm not going to get into how to create products and courses in this lesson, but what I am going to do is try to get you to understand that when you see products in this module, it really means courses. Let me show you what I mean. When you want to create a course, you select the courses drop-down, but you won't see a courses menu option. All that's available is products in your options. You'll even see under the products title it says manage or create new courses. It's madness. I realize it's frustrating in the beginning, but you might as well get used to it, because HighLevel is notorious for mixing and swapping verbiage throughout the entire system. It's common practice. When you select the products option, it'll take you to the Create Course screen, where you start the course creation process. Enter your course title, the description, upload a thumbnail, and then define pricing. Now I want to give you a quick pro tip about creating courses. When you're setting up your course, you can create as many categories as you like within each course. But don't. Instead of creating multiple categories within one course, create courses for each category in your program. It gives your members a sense of value when they enter your program and see several courses instead of just one or two. You don't want to display too many because they'll be overwhelmed. 6 or 8 courses are just enough to accomplish this goal. Additionally, people like to feel a sense of accomplishment when they're going through a training program. If you have a step-by-step training structure set up through courses, you can automatically send them a certificate via email each time they complete a course. Now we get into offers. The way HighLevel's set up granting access to courses is through offers. Currently, you can't grant access to courses. You have to grant access to offers. So each course you want to sell or give away, you have to create an offer, even if it's free. When you bring a member in through a funnel, you give that member access to the course by granting access to the offer in the purchase automation. When you create the offer, HighLevel will automatically create a sales page with a unique URL. If you want to, you can send this URL to anyone and they can purchase your course directly and get access without going through a funnel. When they enter their credit card information and select Confirm Payment, they're taken directly to the course. This is an option for selling courses and it comes into play later in the lesson. Now you don't have to set up an offer for each course. You can create an offer as a bundle and include access to as many courses as you like. When the member pays for the bundle, they are granted access to all the courses defined in that bundle. When you get into communities, again, you're going to have to realize HighLevel calls communities groups. You create a community, you grant access to a group. When you're ready to create a group, you just select Create a Group, start defining your community name, description, and upload a thumbnail. The community thumbnail is important, and we'll get to that in a minute. From there, you're taken to the community workspace. The community workspace is set up exactly the way every other community is online. You have a discussion board where you interact with your members. You have a learning tab. You have an events tab where you schedule your events. You can set up a leaderboard. You can see all your members. You have a chat feature where you can contact members directly. And you have a live feature where you can get all your members together in one live session without everyone having to have Zoom, Google Meet, or some other type of product. The Learning tab is where courses and communities merge. When you first create a community, there's nothing in the Learning tab. This is where you can add your courses to your community. You may have 50 courses you've created, and as we discussed previously, you can sell those courses direct. But the typical community model is to have courses included in a community. You don't have to include all your courses. You can define what courses you want to include in each community. There is one feature that you can't really access effectively in the Courses segment. In the Learning tab, you can add a course and lock it until the member pays for that course. A common strategy is to create a community with free courses and then add additional paid courses. If your members like your free courses, then more than likely they're going to pay for additional courses. So by now you're either completely confused or you've watched this lesson 3 times up to this point and you have a general idea of what's going on. Now I'm going to run you through the steps quickly to recap what we've covered. Step 1, build the portal. Step 2, lay out your courses and define about 10 lessons for each course. Build your courses. Step 3, define your bundles. What courses are you going to group together? Step 5, create your communities. I always create 3 communities because it becomes frustrating for your members when they advance and 1, don't have anywhere to go next, and 2, some don't want to be bothered by basic discussions from novice members in the community. Give them a way to upgrade to the next level. Not to mention, it's an excellent way to create some additional revenue for your agency. Step 6, attach your courses to your communities. Now, there's a couple of ways you can sell courses in community. You can use the HighLevel funnel page, or you can use the course offer URL. The preferred way is to use the HighLevel funnel page with an order form. Then you can run automations after the order form, like tagging the member, placing the member in a smart list, putting the member in a pipeline. You can run follow-up emails, and you can place them in an upsell campaign. So what you do is you create the funnel with the order form, then run them through the automation, then send them through the portal where they enter the community that has the appropriate courses attached. Now, if you don't want to get into communities, you can always turn the communities off, run them through the funnel, run them through the automations, send them to the portal, and then send them straight to courses. If you don't have any courses and you want to just run a community, you can do the same thing. Run them through the funnel, run them through the automations, send them to the portal, and then send them to a community. But wait, there's more. There's Collab. What in the world is Collab? So there's this guy named Alex. He has a community product called School. HighLevel needed a way to compete with School, so they created Collab. It was pretty easy to do. All they did was create a single branded portal that all HighLevel memberships could come through. It's exactly the same HighLevel workspace under one brand. What they figured out was if they created a branded portal, they would have thousands of users immediately without having to launch any kind of marketing campaign. They just told all the HighLevel users there's a new place to sell your courses and communities. It's easy to get in. All you do is click one button in your membership workspace, select the course or community you want to have listed, and bang, you have an additional marketing channel. For HighLevel users, it's just another marketing outlet. Members can come into your communities through your private portal or the Collab portal if you elect to have your product listed there. The other bonus for Collab is you don't have to purchase HighLevel to build a course or community inside Collab. Collab just uses HighLevel's membership workspace to create courses and communities. Okay, we're going to end this lesson out with a little comparison chart. We've talked about 4 ways you can create courses and communities. Coming in through the HighLevel funnel system, coming in through the HighLevel course offers, we've got coming in through Collab, and we've got coming in through School. They all have courses. They all have communities. Only one of the options has a landing or funnel page. If we look at automations, definitely the HighLevel funnel system works with automations. Now, I do have a small check under the HighLevel course offers because you can run automations when you make a sale of a course. It's just a lot harder than when you run a sale through a funnel. Same thing with email campaigns. Now, with scheduled posts, you can only do scheduled posts at this level because you have access to the marketing feature in HighLevel. Abandoned cart, this is the only one you can do an abandoned cart with. If someone signs up through your funnel but they decide not to buy, you can grab that person and run them through some abandoned cart emails. And of course, AI integration, you can do some AI integrations with the funnel process. You can also do some with the course offers, but it's definitely harder. So your best bet if you're going to sell courses and communities is to run the HighLevel system through the funnel process.